Andor is halfway through its first 12-episode season, and so far it's punching above its weight. For the past few years, the large franchise series on Disney+, whether Star Wars or Marvel, have felt like a novelty. Shows that play out like large-scale, broken-up movies, and sometimes suffer from pacing and story issues. Style over substance that leads to mixed impressions from audiences. But in just 6 episodes, which is usually the entire season of most Disney Plus shows, Andor has set a new expectation for the streaming service and Star Wars. It's pristine television. While it doesn't have the benefit of taking the source material to a TVMA level, it succeeds in what it attempts. A prequel that builds out the world of the piece it's set prior to, but avoids explaining how everything was set into place. Something I've only seen done in one other show, Better Call Saul. The biggest strength these two prequels have in common is the ability to set themselves apart from others. It's their creativeness to not fall prey to its common narrative traps. Han Solo getting his name is leagues apart from James McGill finally becoming Saul Goodman. These decisions in the writing show that restraint can go a long way with an audience who knows where the character will eventually end up. Andor has relied on viewers to have watched Rogue One. Much like Better Call Saul, you'll get more context from watching Breaking Bad. But the audience's job is to just experience what's being presented to them, whether it's the early days of a drug ring in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or the beginning of a rebellion in a galaxy far, far away. Like Andor, when Better Call Saul was announced, it was seen as an unnecessary prequel that had the shadow of its predecessor casting over it. It had the uphill battle of becoming distinctly its own series, while also being restricted by the rules Breaking Bad had set up. However, unlike Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul's approach to drama was more disciplined and slowly built up. It used bold choices that felt on the verge of world-breaking. All the while, they were just puzzle pieces that set the world of Breaking Bad into place. The pocket of the Star Wars universe Andor is building out is what life is like for those who can't use the Force, or don't have indestructible armor. Which brings me to the biggest issue Andor fixed from Rogue One. It made me care about Cassian. A popular critique of Rogue One is that the ensemble of characters are not very intricate people. While I do like the movie, I always find myself wishing we could have spent more time with them, understand them more, so their eventual sacrifice packs more of an emotional punch than just the shock value of seeing main characters die in a Star Wars. It seems the team behind Andor took that to heart. Obviously, this is the benefit of having a series rather than a 2-hour movie, but what it does so well is place Cassian in a particular spot when the audience meets him. He's not too far off from where he is in Rogue One. He has very similar tendencies, but what he hasn't found is what he's fighting for. In Rogue One, he's a dedicated spy who will do anything for the rebel cause. But when we meet him in Andor, he's selfish, scattered, always running from the fight he'll one day be on the front lines of. This all comes through in writing and performances that truly have never been done in Star Wars. Motivations that are morally gray, not just on the surface level. Real human circumstances leading to choices that feel impulsive and authentic. Drama that's able to play out on the full scale Star Wars is capable of. It feels like Star Wars has simultaneously reconnected with its roots and grown up at the same time. A New Hope was a tale that reflected real-life imperialism. It was just coded in a really shiny wrapper. Andor approaches the themes of colonization, policing, racism, classism, and fascism. It's dialed into the current times of our real world, painting a picture of what these movements lead to. This results in the best depiction of the Empire Star Wars has ever had. Different mediums and projects utilize the Empire for a variety of tasks. Sometimes they're the punchline of the joke, others they're a means to an end for the plot to progress. Here, they are complex, driven, intelligent, and pretty much all British. The show approaches the Empire as they are. They have more resources, more bodies, and their hands are in every jar. The variety of Imperials we see, from low-level staff to high-ranking generals, puts the audience in the same atmosphere the characters are in. Something so dominant it seems inescapable. The show pairs the Imperials and the disjointed rebels with the same characteristics: selfishness and isolation. But where the Imperials are driven by ego and prosperity, the rebellion makes these choices based on survival, taking a scattered group of fighters who focus only on what's in front of them to a community fighting for a shared cause. What Andor has built up in just 6 episodes has the potential to be the template of what Star Wars can be. Even though we're only a fourth through its 2-season story, it's already proven to be a prequel so strong in its identity that it stands on its own, maybe even surpassing its predecessor. Sounds like another show I was just talking about.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I.